Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, late to the gate and racing out of lane 8. Your men, Dex, Boota and Issitt.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bikes to the van, phone in hand, BMX track in the foreign land. Dex missed his flight, it's late. I don't know why we're late to the gate. Beers and bikes, we ride all night. Euro trips and ride our hike. From nationals to car park chats, we chase that dream in new era caps. Sugar daddies in the VIP, BMX moms still faster than me. Dex and Boota Issitt too. Talking trash, we ride it true. Baggy jeans and studded belts, the body is chaos, nothing else. Clips or flats, deadlifts or squats, still arguing like it means a lot. Crank it up to 99. UK tracks with Euro lines, we're all whistle, we talk a lot, but for real, this is all we've got. Late to the day, y'all.
Here we are. We're back. Late to the Gate podcast. I don't know how many weeks it's been. 3, 4?
It's been a while. Been too long.
A bit too long. Yeah. Because I think we talked just before Argentina, and I don't even know how many weeks that's been, and I don't know who went, and I don't know who watched it. And I've tried to find the results, and the UCI website's an absolute nightmare and keeps crashing.
You hate this website, don't you? Like,
I hate how you can't find results in BMX full stop, but I do think the UCI should make it easier. And if you try and click on some of the links now, and I'm just about to click on Women Elite Final Results, it just bombs me back out, and then you have to go back into the page.
You know what the weird thing is with BMX, and this is not just UCI, this is everything. You've got to go on social media to find out information. Like, everyone, if you want to book a gazebo at Nationals, you've got to be on a Facebook page. Like, why is it not done through a website that everyone goes? Yeah. It's so weird. But yeah, out of the 11 episodes, this is episode 11, obviously. I think you've moaned about the UCI website on 8 of them.
Yeah, sorry everyone. That's probably a little bit of a boring trope that now. But yeah, I hate it. Anyway, it happened. But we can get to that in a minute. Since we last broadcast, it all popped off about Pump Lap. And we had a good debate about it, and we've had some good messages coming in off the back of it. But I think it really popped off on Coffee Chatter and 15 about the importance of it. I appreciate some of the comments we had in the DMs. Rich Eames was in the DMs, and he pointed out that you can get rainbow jerseys for some unexpected cycling disciplines. And I think he called out cycling, gymnastics, and maybe another one as well, which was useful to know.
Cycling football, isn't there?
Cycling football, yeah, he called them out.
Seen that?
I have seen it.
It's madness. I mean, look, it's two of the things I love. I'm never going anywhere near that thing.
So, cycle ball and indoor artistic cycling, you can get rainbow jerseys. So, I don't think we were too disparaging. We really like the sport, and we really like the athletes in it. But we had some debate about the rainbow. But it was quite rightly pointed out. You can get rainbows in other ones as well. But it was interesting how much drama it did cause across the viewing public.
People weren't happy. Yeah. I can see both sides, I think, Liam nailed it, didn't he? With his posts, saying that you can rock up to a pump tracks and not be training full time. So
that was a good post.
You can't do that on a supercross, can you?
Yeah. That was a good post, and and I think he's right in saying that. Just for the longevity of the season and the length of the laps and the recovery that's involved. Anyway, won't spend too much time on that one, but we had a good chat about it last time, and it all popped off. What else has happened since we last got together? Favorite thing that I saw, and I think Reedy sent this in because I don't always see stuff firsthand, was Michael Bias pump lap versus pedal lap.
Yes.
And so they both pedaled the hill, and then Bias pumped the whole lap, and I don't know who he was against, but he won. He won fair and square.
Junior world champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oliveira.
Yeah.
I think it was Bias' first turn, wasn't it?
Oh, he
dives inside. Yeah, it dives inside, and it's amazing. So yeah, like that. Really big fan of
Shows,
Bias.
though.
Yeah, I'm a mega fan of him. We should defrost Ash Davey and get him on a pump lap challenge with Bias.
Defrost
Yeah.
Ash Davey. Yeah.
Have to
Get
be
him back
downhill
off
now,
the
won't it,
ice.
for him?
Yeah, we should get him out. So that was good. I enjoyed seeing that. What else have you seen since we last spoke?
Do you know
Wow.
what? There's
Gen
not
Cup.
really been much going on. Gen Cup, yeah. Oh God, yeah.
We're going
We'll
to
get
talk
into
about
that.
Gen Cup, definitely.
Oh, we got that on the agenda, haven't we? Anyway,
We'll
Yeah.
get that on the
Yeah,
agenda.
it's,
We've actually written an agenda for once, which is nice.
it's been like social wise. Everyone got home from Argentina after about 40 hours travel, and now everyone's locking in. It's the same messaging. Everyone is on the squat rack. Everyone's winter arc is starting, which I'm a big fan of. To be fair, it just feels like a lot of people going on holiday, which is fair. A lot of riders going on holiday.
And as
Yeah, we're going on holiday next week. And I think it's now just building up to like what are we looking forward to and what the format of the racing might look like next year. Obviously, some rumoured events that we're yet to see what's going to come out. But other than that, quite quiet.
Yeah,
there's some
this is the
UCI
time of
changes
year
as
when-
well, isn't there? To be fair, have you seen that?
Yeah.
They've changed all the categories. Well, not all the categories. It's mainly the women's categories, isn't it?
Yeah, talk through that. So their world's categories changes.
Yeah, so they've given, I think the younger ones, they've got an extra category. It's no longer 5 to 7. They've split that out a little bit. And then the girls, or the females, I should say, is the older side. They've got, basically it mirrors the males a little bit more. So there's a 35 plus and there's a little bit older in the cruiser. But one thing I did notice, because a lot of people are getting excited about this, and I just want to just not ruin your excitement, but just hold tight a little bit. So I've found out actually they need 20 riders for it to count as a class. Now, if you rock up to a Worlds and say you've got only 15 riders, you will be merged with another category. But here's the interesting thing is they're not going to then take the split the standings at the end. That's the new category. You've merged. This is now like a 30 rider strong category, and you have to make the main. Otherwise, you're not getting a world plate. Even if you finish like 15th, but you're the fastest of the older category. Tough. You've got 15th.
Yeah.
So
Which is always a bit of a sickener if you've made a long trip.
I think it's, in my eyes, a little bit more of a confirmation that the UCI don't really fancy giving anything more to challenge. Because as we've known for a few years, when you go to a World Championships, it is about championships. It's get all these amateurs out of the way. They take up too much track time. It's 3 days, 4 days, however many days of riding. And then, right, the show starts now. Let's get into the championship. And for me, when they're trying to build medals up for championship classes, they're taking away trophies there, aren't they, for challenge? Because, did you say 20 riders to make a class, Sean?
20 riders make a class.
Which I don't mind. Like, make the class, make it semis at least, so it looks like, because who wants to watch a Grand Prix? Nobody does. But
Nah, too right.
then I think the results should be split down at the end.
It's not
in my
happening.
eyes.
Yeah, but they're not going to. And I guess you're going to know if you're in a class that's at risk. If you're in 16 boys, never going to happen. If you're in
God, no.
25 plus
Yeah.
women, you might be at risk of a merge because you know where the volume exists.
Yeah, I agree. And we've
All
been
right.
talking to our boy as well. We probably should tease that, actually, to be fair.
Stay tuned to the end. What have we got at the end of this podcast?
RC22 giveaway. You've got to stay tuned towards the end. We're going to tell you what you got to do, and it is worth waiting for, guys. So
Money can't buy prizes.
money can't buy these prizes. You're right. Yeah.
That's what we
Yeah.
want. Have we? Did I see some GB squad announcements over the
Yeah.
past couple of weeks? New entrants into the squad.
Inductees, I think they're calling them.
So what's
So who's
the
that then?
structure like, Sean? You know the levels.
Don't do
I'm not
this.
that close to it. So it's called an RSR.
There's the
So
RSR,
in
which is the
layman's
Regional
terms,
School of Racing.
Yeah, there's some 14, 15-year-olds that are introduced into some sort of pathway,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So you've obviously got the RSR, which is the Regional School of Racing, which is the clusters within the area. Okay, and there's little criterias that you can hit to get to that. And then you go and you do loads of training with the likes of Dylan plus a local coach from that area. And then you've obviously got the NSR, which is the National School of Racing, which is a lot of like weekends up in Manchester, again under Dylan. And then you go up. They've got the juniors inductees, and then you've got like the proper program, ain't you? I suppose. But yeah, there's been a few. There's been a few added in. I think it was 4 women, 4 men.
Yeah.
Or do we say girls and boys? I don't know. They are young, aren't they? Like you say, they're 15. But James Clitheroe, he tagged us in, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw that, and I always appreciate the tags because when you're not spending every waking hour on social, you get to hear what's going on then.
So it's called the Male NSR, which is obviously National School of Racing Foundation Riders of Ben Larkins, Kai Bowen, James Clitheroe, and Heath Thomas with the boys. So yeah, and I think Ruby Moore was one of the girls. Lexi Waite,
Jess Marriott
too. Jess Marriott, I should have remembered that. She was an old BMX hype.
Yeah, because what I was going to ask actually was, I'd seen that Ruby had posted or Mike had posted, and she said, I could get to wear the white.
Yes.
So there's the white GB top. And I was like, is this like, is there a contract? Is there a pathway? Is this, how formal is it? Is it just a commitment to 8
they're not moving
weekends
to
a year?
Manchester, are they? Yeah.
No, the kids, but I mean, yeah, I quite like our, I haven't researched into it. I just think it looks great. It looks like it's a more formal pathway going forward. Like we said in Copenhagen, Sean, couldn't have a stronger generation that's on the upcoming.
Well, you look at all them riders that are going in, that 8. There's a lot of world finalists there, and I'd probably be inclined to say all of them are world finalists, all 8 of them. So, yeah.
And you're looking towards what? 7 years away is Brisbane Olympics.
Yeah, come up quick.
That's 7 years. You see 22-year-olds there, so you're talking a sort of a huge Olympics. Obviously LA is massive, but that's spoken for in terms of the riders that are already going to be in the programs. But then Brisbane, these 15-year-olds are going to be 22.
Yeah, the current 22-year-olds.
It couldn't be any bigger, could it?
Yeah, it's going to
When's
be great.
the BMX contract up? Is that even going to be in the Olympics in Brisbane?
I know you're. Yeah.
Or will it be pump track by then?
Last I heard it was rolling.
Bicycling.
It's just one event. We were just sort of, you were guaranteed it for the next games, and then whoever makes that call for the next games, and then they'd swap out the berth for breakdancing or whatever. Because that was what was rumoured, wasn't it? Was that BMX wouldn't make Paris because of breakdancing and surfing and all the others, but it retained Paris. It's obviously got LA. I don't know what happened.
Well, you've got the inside track, Sean. You can find that out. We're also hitting the off season as well now, so maybe we can get someone on to talk about the GB pathways as well, because that'd be good. And again,
got a few lined up, haven't we? A few people want to get involved.
Yeah, that's good
from the GB lot. So
let's think about that. We're getting to that point of the year that we can have these conversations. We talked about it's holiday season and everyone's on the weights. I always think of this part of the year is when Andy Shaw goes to Ibiza, and it's we're at that point of the year now.
The closing parties.
The season's over.
To Andy Shaw, yeah.
Andy Shaw's in Ibiza, and he'll start again when he gets back. Although is he done now? Is Andy Shaw done, or is he still riding?
He's still, he's still
doing. That's fantastic. Yeah, well, he's one of my favourite people in the old boy classes.
Still driving around in his little red van.
The combo, Vauxhall combo.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he can make a cabinet, can't he?
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what.
I mean, if I was in the market for a bespoke kitchen, and if I could afford it, because I can't imagine it's cheap, it would be an Andy Shaw kitchen.
He also does cupboards up in your bedrooms as well, guys. It doesn't have to be in your kitchen.
There you go.
General joinery.
It wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't talk about the Hillies, because we talk about them in every single podcast. Did I make this up, or is one of the young Hillies now chairman of one of his local club? Did I make that up?
I think that's Kyle.
Because that's great.
Sure? Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'll just make them all.
Yeah, just pick any of the names.
It's not Jared. Jared's too busy riding his bike.
El Presidente of his local club.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Norwich,
And that's
I think you're right.
that's a massive commitment for a young one. But
hang on, he ain't that young, you know. You're
Well,
talking like
he's
he's
not that
15.
old.
He
How
must
old
be
is he?
22.
So 22 to be the chairman of a BMX club, right? Well, there's two amazing things about it. One, you are quite young. Two, to put that kind of commitment in at that age shows how committed you are to the club, and you know it's also going to bring in all those new ideas. I had a short dance with the idea, and I hated every minute of it. I didn't want the responsibility.
It is hard work. Running a club is hard work. It's not for the faint-hearted. So yeah, fair play. And I know he's obviously got his coaching business that he's opened up as well. I know it. I've got it. He just wanted cheap track hire, didn't he, at Norwich? There you go. I'm chairman of the club.
Now you can get cheap
yourself
track
down for
and
the
get a good gazebo spot.
All
right, anything else before
Kyle?
Anything else before Argentina? Because we should talk about Argentina.
We'll briefly talk about Argentina. I smashed it. No, I didn't smash a helmet. My kid smashed a helmet. Do you see this?
Let's talk about that. He must have rung his bell pretty bad.
It weren't that bad of a crash. This is what pissed me off a little bit, because 140 quid for a helmet to last 4 months, and he's had one crash where he's hit his head on the tarmac and it's broke. So I did message Leah about this, and they just gave me the whole spiel of that's what a helmet should do, which I appreciate.
Yeah,
but it's bloody 140
but they've got no
quid.
discounted crash replacement scheme or anything like that. That's what you want, don't
They
you?
have. They got 40% off. But
Well, that's all right.
do I want to buy another one that's going to do the same, or shall I get a Fox one that I've always used? I don't know.
Well, it depends. If I said it rang his bell and you said it wasn't that bad, maybe it did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't know. Just hurts the pockets a bit, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Joking, huh? Household
Well,
income of your kind.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know.
But you've moved
Yeah.
into that territory now, BMX dad territory. You know, you're not spending on yourself, and you
it's
never did. You just
big
you
money, innit?
eked out years and years and years out of your
Do you know
equipment,
what?
but
And
it's different
going
now.
back to the Hillies again, I don't know how they bloody did it with 4 of them. Because the winter series, I've worked out a winter series, and you're looking at 400 quid just entry fees from now until March. If for us to do all little bits of races, that's without me having to buy a new helmet every 4 bloody months. Like, it's bloody expensive.
Yeah,
I get
I
it,
would
doesn't
love
it?
to know. Yeah, I would love to know when they, at year end, what their total expenditure is.
I'll
Or-
tell
or
you.
anyone,
'cause
to be fair.
we've got a spreadsheet. So this year,
We'll
I'm
do
going
it.
to keep a spreadsheet.
We'll do a financial review pod at one point. The finance behind BMX racing and try to understand what it costs as a typical racer to do a season, to do a kind of I don't know. Can you spend $5,000? for one
Easily.
rider?
Easily.
Camping
Because
fees,
I
petrol,
did.
entries, flights.
Yeah, so winter regional.
Well, yeah, good point actually.
Winter regional, 32 quid for the boys to race. A winter regional.
So, but just their entries
Just their entry fee.
at 5 and 8 years old. How old are they?
Don't know, 4 and 7. Yeah.
You're trying to think now. Yeah.
Yeah. God, that was put me on the
That
spot.
is, so why aren't they? Yeah, why aren't they £5 entries? That just
Because it's
that's
through
bizarre to
BC.
me.
15 quid plus £1 admin fee. Don't get me started. But anyway, yeah. Year end, I'll tell you the final costing.
Yeah, it's not a cheap
Yeah,
sport. It's not. But
Go-
then, is it cheaper than go karting? You know, and is it
God,
cheaper
yeah,
than?
yeah.
Big
But
time.
football's expensive now because Abby was starting playing football and it was like £20 a month, and some clubs are £40 a month. You pay monthly, and it's like, yeah, BMX ain't that bad actually.
Yeah.
Probably.
I priced up
yeah.
jiu-jitsu here because I fancied it, and it's still on my list. And I thought about adding the 11-year-old to it as well. $50 a week. Now, it was a good jiu-jitsu place, but $50 a week, £25
What's
a
that in
week.
English? Oh, okay. Yeah.
£25 a week, and that seemed like a
It's a
lot.
lot.
Seemed like it was good if you went every day because that's how much it was for the week. But if you if you could only make it fit in your diary once or twice, it suddenly becomes very expensive.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're moaning like old people. I think
Sorry,
that's
yeah.
everything. Let's
Gosh.
talk about Argentina. Pilar won both days, I think, if I'm reading the website properly.
Pilar did win both days, yeah. It was a weird one because it's like, because it was Silvan was leading it, wasn't he, into the weekend, and Pilar just killed it, didn't he? Like, it was just a foregone conclusion. He's just on fire at the minute. He's like untouchable.
He is.
Yeah, I think
Now-
foregone's the right way of putting it. Didn't feel like there was a lot to fight for. Saya came in with the red plate, and then that went the way you'd think it would.
It's the
Yeah.
trouble with a short season, though, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 tracks for World Cups. But Pilar, yeah, give Pilar his flowers. Fair play to him. He's absolutely horsing. But yeah,
Did look well attended, though, I might add, in terms of crowd.
It
did you
didn't.
say did not?
Didn't, yeah.
Yeah, not as wild as years past. It seemed to be like people would be falling over the fences in years past, like a River Plate game. You know, it'd be mental there. I did like pick out some, Nordum doing well. I like the fact that he called the crowd out for because they were teasing him about Maturana. Did you get that in his interview afterwards?
Yeah.
He swore, first of all.
He did swear.
And,
I love a swear word interview.
I like the Dutch as well because generally they're not so coy about swearing, are they? They're quite happy to. Locals were back in Maturano, obviously Argentinian rider, and the first thing Nordum said on the mic was, "This is for them guys," or whatever it was. You know, the crowd was shouting for him. I like that.
Yeah, right. It was a nothing event in my eyes. Really, it didn't really pop off. Everyone that won should have won.
I've just remembered something. A point of note.
God, go on.
We had our first winner of any championship class from the what now? Try and get the terminology correct. What's the word? Try to get the terminology. The riders that don't represent their country.
Oh, right, yeah.
What is it called?
Should have prepared this.
So as
What
in
is
the
it?
Russian riders.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that. The nation, the independent.
Does it have to be Russians?
Yes. I think Russian or
Independent
Belarusian.
nation. That's it.
Probably Israeli in some time soon. They're probably changing the wording at the moment. Yes, Imashina won the under-23 women.
I'm glad you went for that.
And they didn't interview her, and there's no flag. They wear just like a baby pajama top. It's a bit
What would
bizarre.
have been a national
I'm not-
anthem?
Yeah.
What would have been the song?
I don't know. I mean, they've had
Probably our
like,
theme tune.
Back to the
mean,
Gate
God.
podcast theme tune.
Yeah, I mean, we could approach them as a team. I mean, I'd happily travel the world as a mechanic for the alternate riders. I need to find out what the actual.
We need to
Name
make our
of the
own flag
team
and
is.
everything.
There's probably a budget. Yeah. There'll be
Do you
some-
reckon
was
there's a
it?
budget?
Individual neutral athlete, it's called.
There'll be an individual. There'll be a global quango that's getting poured full of aid money that is squandering it on all kinds of stuff, and it's probably funding a number of things, including the Independent Athlete Foundation. I'm making all of that up, but I bet it's true.
Yeah.
It sounded
you said it
professional.
with confidence. Yeah.
Yeah, fake it till you make it. I think there will be because ultimately, is there a pit? Are they supported all as a team, or are they brought just like pay their own way and get there on their own? Like Katishev and was it Bondarenko was back as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And legit riders that used to make mains. I don't know.
I've just
pay
in
their
my
own?
head, I've got a pop-up tent with a load of Russians just sat in there, ready to go.
I'd like to see behind the curtain, the iron curtain, so to speak.
So I bet yours.
And but no, it's just to know. Like, I don't know when they could start to compete again. On a, are they registered as a through the doping agencies, through their nation or an independent? I'd love to know that kind of stuff.
I'm sure someone does know, so don't be shy if anyone knows the answer to that.
Yeah,
Slide
drop in the
into
DMs.
We'll protect your
Yeah,
anonymity.
I
if
didn't know
necessary.
her, the one that won. I've never seen her before at all.
No,
Good-
well that's
good
good. And,
memory, well
yeah,
done.
if you look at the overall titles, and again, I'm navigating around some nonsense website of the UCI's. It only talks about the elites and the juniors. Doesn't talk about the under 23s or what's the
Go on
what's the
Supercross
category that
Instagram. You'll find it straight away.
Yeah, that's the answer. Anyway, I'm sick of looking at that. Let's talk about. Oh, shout out before we talk. I've been meaning to do this shout out before we talk about the Gen Cup. Shout out to Bruce Morris, old Bruce from Australia. I dicked him about something chronic over the past couple of weeks, trying to buy a car of him, which we never made happen. But I want to shout out and recognise his flexibility and tolerance of my nonsense. Because I was in desperate need of a car for one of the kids, and me and him were swapping messages whilst he's jetting around Queensland taking photographs at all the various bike races, because we did have the state championships in Queensland. Anyway, shout out to his tolerance, because he didn't lose.
What was his name?
Bruce Morris.
Such an Australian name, isn't it?
It couldn't be more Aussie, and he is Aussie, and he's got a podcast that he does with Caelan Young. BMX Beers and Bullshit.
Okay, yeah.
BMX Beers and Bullshit. It's a good pod.
Yeah.
Are they paused at the moment? They don't think they've been putting out content.
He's busy.
I used to listen.
Yeah.
He also seems like a cool guy. I like his BMW, the orange one.
Yeah. He's got more than one.
He's got a good eye for a nice bike and a good photo.
Yeah. He likes a Euro car. He's got a couple of BMWs, I think. I was trying to buy a VW off him, which I knew would be all right because he understands how to maintain German cars.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got the podcast. He's really busy. He's always taking photographs at the races. He may even coach some people. I don't know. He's deeply embedded with Lux BMX as well, who are a legit store in Brisbane. So yeah, shout out to him anyway for his tolerance. I thought that was worthy of recognition. Let's talk about Gen Cup. This was brought to my attention by Peebs, but I think it hit social media and everyone dropped on it straight away. Looks to be the biggest thing since the Ryder Cup, but who knows? I've tried to get some details from the horse's mouth. The horse's mouth is being pretty coy and keeping it a surprise, which is probably a good thing. But I was interested to read 15 BMX's compilation of all the associated rumours.
I don't get it. There's a lot of things I don't get here. Like, I can't wait. I hope it happens. Don't get me wrong.
Well, it looks to be some kind of highly planned, highly arranged, highly funded Europe versus rest of the world type BMX racing concept. And we've seen loads of names bandied around in terms of team managers for Europe, team managers for rest of the world.
They've committed. They've signed a contract.
So is that a thing?
Connor and Maris.
Yeah. Well, that certainly were out there as like collaborated posts on Instagram. So Maris,
well, they were, but Maris didn't share it. I noticed, or did he? I don't know. Maybe I missed it.
I'll check.
Is it collaborated? I don't know. But yeah, it looks like the names are in, so they must have. Obviously, a conversation's happened. You can't just go, "Oh, I'll tag you in. You're in."
Yeah. Well, let's go through 15 BMX's list.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. I stand corrected.
Yeah, so
that's the thing.
And he's now offering...
He's in the UK for a bit, isn't he?
Maris
free
is
weekends.
he's offering clinics in...
Cardiff?
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think I've seen Cardiff flying around. So there's got to be some cash being thrown at it, isn't there?
There has to be. There has to be. And we've talked about cash in BMX and the sugar daddies, because I don't think you make any money back in BMX.
There's there's no way he's making money on this. If you're to, because there's been numbers branded about. There's 100K plus more, isn't there? That I've seen. I don't know if these numbers
rumors. Yeah, we can step through these.
Go on, go one for one.
So this is 15 BMX's compilation of the fact versus rumor, and nobody actually knows. The Gen Cup will be an annual event run over 2 to 3 days. Could be. We're seeing posts saying it's going to be Europe v rest of the world. Think Ryder Cup, but better. The venues will alternate between Europe and the rest of the world. Well, that makes sense. There's a rumour that the first event will happen in the UK, maybe Manchester, sometime in December 26th.
Is that Manchester indoor, or are we talking,
I don't think so. Well,
are we talking MEN, let's build a track?
Yeah, well, it depends on how you read the rumours, because the next rumour is it will be an indoor track with a temporary supercross track. So we've seen this done historically in Madrid. We've seen a purpose-built indoor track. Obviously, all the indoor worlds we've seen it done as well. Yeah. Copenhagen, for I think, did an indoor one, or one of the Scandinavian countries a while ago with cobble turns. I mean, Clark and Kent would be an interesting person to speak to just to give us the inside track on that. But just moving dirt alone, like labour, diggers, dirt, more money will go into that than TV and prize money. Just moving dirt.
Hiring the venue as well. Like, how much is to hire a venue for 5 days?
I think it's a lot. Like, just to make it worth the while. Let's say it was MEN for the sake of argument. Just turning the lights on comes at a cost. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be beer. I thought it was interesting. Beer and betting. Sorry.
Beer, food and betting. Beer, food and betting.
I'm sold. Beer, betting. I'm there. I'm there for it. To watch BMX, to get steaming, and to throw cash around, which is what obviously my life has been with the sweepstake and Euro trips.
Ice cream sales.
I'm ice cream sales. I'm fully committed to that. I just don't get it.
UCI won't have a bar of that with betting. Like the optics, so it's completely so that would suggest it's unsanctioned, 100%.
Well, are we going to see the live golf kind of thing now then? Are people going to jump to this Be Strong Gen Cup and then UCI kicking off saying, well, if you go in there, you're not going to race any of our races? Are we going to see that as a back? Who knows?
Not impossible.
It's a very good point. I was thinking that. So the way I'd thought about it was, especially around here, the French do some big opens.
Yeah.
So it's possible to get a well-attended open and put your money up and get your sponsorship. And I'd even throw in, Popfield Grands decks from back in that,
we should talk
15
about that
years
one time.
ago.
Yeah.
Was that we were able to put up a better prize money structure than a typical British champs, and it turned a profit, or at least
Champions of Cheddar. Don't forget that one. Yeah.
So it's not wholly impossible, because Tours, Caen, Saint Etienne in France, they have a venue, they put a track in it, they sell 2,000-3,000 seats, and evidently they keep coming back. So somebody is, it will turn a profit in some respect.
That's true. That's really true. Those French events, and we're talking about MEN, which is probably a stupid idea. What's the equivalent indoor venue that you could hire and build something that's not as big as an MEN? What you're looking at is convention centres where you've got you've maybe got like 5 warehouses, and you've maybe got a food and drink show in warehouses 1 and 2.
NEC's the one.
NEC.
We used to have the race in there in the bike show.
That's where. Yeah,
I was at the NEC yesterday at a show. I've been literally there for work, and
he does it well.
Yeah, it's just an awards dinner, one of them. So there's potential. The Red Bull event that they held in Manchester Central this year, which used to be the GMX, the sort of like big sort of tunnel style building. There's a potential that I don't know the rate, and I don't know how much it costs to build a track, and would these invitational riders be flown in and taken care of, or is it, purely get yourself here and we'll put you up in the Premier Inn?
Well, convention centre could be like NEC type thing. That could be cost effective.
Is there a date on it?
No. So the room. This is all 15 BMX's compilation of what they've heard, and it says December 26 for the first one.
It's going to have to be after the Olympics, isn't it?
When's the next Olympics?
We're talking next year.
Yeah, I was going to say you can't do it before the Olympics. So is it a case of because they wouldn't risk it. The riders wouldn't risk it. They might for decent prize
2 years
money.
Away, though.
I don't hold with that, saying the riders wouldn't risk it, because the riders are going to risk a wet regional. Not all of them, but some of them, I guarantee you, will tow up at a wet regional, and they'll risk everything for a barm cake and a sausage roll.
I mean, I hope it happens, but
so 16
until
riders
I see
the
the facts, I'm not happy.
Yeah. Europe's team manager Maris, well, we think that's a thing. Rest of the team manager Connor, we think that's a thing. There could be wildcard riders for each team. That would make sense. That would be good. Will we see Connor and Maris back on the gate? I don't think you'll see Connor back on the gate. I've spent an hour or 2 with him on a podcast. He has a fantastic life. Speaking circle, TV, traumatic brain injury. Nah, you will not see him back on the gate racing. No need. It will have the largest prize pot for a weekend of BMX racing, 100k minimum. Wouldn't it be good if it's true?
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Cash prize for teams, cash for fastest get hold, yeah, all that stuff. Race format, 1v1, 2v2, 4v4. 1v1 on a full-size BMX track would be dog shit.
Be wank.
It would be terrible. Unless it was a pump lap.
It's a runoff, isn't it? It's a runoff.
Yeah. It's a
I'm going
runoff.
straight on that first corner. Just sending the person. And I'll chill on the rest of the lap.
Fans can pick riders for the day, boosting prize money. That sounds like interactive. That always sounds like a Ready Player One kind of dystopian scenario where we're all watching it going, choose that rider, bing. Give them power boosts. You could almost be like the Hunger Games. You could send in little gel bar packages for them in the pits.
I was about to say, I'll pick my rider, and my rider has to ride on a 50-16. And the guy next to him is on a 44. Do you know what? Okay, I mean, I get it. I mean, the one thing I would say is that this season, I loved Copenhagen. The World Cups have been disappointing. There's only been 3 weekends. The tracks are the same. It may be time that there's a bit of an attitude to change, a little bit of a, what could we do differently?
Well, you've sent me down a path now. Could you imagine if it was like Hunger Games, and let's say they all start, so they all rock up, and they all start on a rally burner.
We're not killing anyone here, Jack's away.
With flat pedals, open face helmets, but then they have to do interviews and dances, and then depending on how popular they are, you can go, I'm going to upgrade them to clips, I'm going to upgrade them to a 22-inch top tube. I don't like them. They didn't do a very good dance. They can stay on the rally burner. Hunger Games for BMX.
I like sometimes we as BMXers, we don't like change, and then we look back and go, oh, thank fuck we've got an 8-meter start hill now. Like, thank God we've got clip shoes now. Like, the numbers of how fast they're going, the bigger jumps they're going, and then is this the next thing that's going to push some limits? But until I see the facts, until I know it's definitely happening, until I know what the whole thing is, I'm just a bit skeptic. Which I get. That's probably what they're trying to do at Be Strong, is they're getting people talking about it like we are now, and that's the plan.
It's like a sounding board, isn't it? So like, throw it all out there and see what sticks. Yeah. We as a sport, we had to go to climbing on top of containers to realise that's a bag of shit, and we need to actually reel it in a bit. We had to go to putting a tunnel underneath a track. We had to experience Red Bull Revolution to think, well, maybe that's not the way that the professional sport should be portrayed. I loved Red Bull Revolution, but
me too.
I probably don't want it as my Olympic sport. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it at the Olympics in LA. So maybe it is, throw enough shit and see what sticks.
Let's see.
Major halftime show, think Super Bowl, then lower your expectations. As long as it's better than the remote control cars at Cannes, then I'm all right. Remote control cars and flames.
Yeah. Let's see what comes out of it.
All right. So next bit then, was this Taylor Andrews ultimate
Taylor
final?
Andrews he's been waiting for this.
Taylor's the hive of ideas. He is the kind of the fourth man when it comes to ideas generation. So he said,
time on his hands.
What is your ultimate final, ultimate 8 riders, any era? Put it together and tell us why it's your ultimate final. And I haven't done it, but that's fine because we haven't got time to talk 3. But you two have.
Now, I started this. I even went for the venue. Did you go with a venue, Boota?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Where was your venue?
So, bit of context.
Oh, okay.
As you'd imagine, sports fans, I've done this properly.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I've got a Word document ready to go.
Wow.
Well, I've got a Google document beside me right here, so we'll give this one a try. So, yeah, in short, my venue is Valkenswaard 2004 BMX World Championships.
Okay. You didn't go for a Supercross hill. I went for a Supercross hill.
The context behind that is the most electric event I've ever been to. I've been to London 2012, and that was a close second. 15,000 fans, arena around the side. I thought about indoor. I thought about a Grands kind of affair, and I just went to the best worlds that I've been to. What
I
did you
mean,
do?
I did like I went Chula Vista just for the nostalgic. Under the
Nostalgia
lights.
is there.
Yeah,
Under
that's
the
where I
lights, I
went.
forgot about that. That's a very
mate.
good point.
So you're sticking in Valkenswaard. I'm in Chula Vista. I feel like
Right.
I've got a better deal all of a
Both
sudden.
good choices.
Okay, so I got this one. Now I'm thinking of Chula Vista. I'm thinking who's commentating it.
Oh, okay. See, so for this, I would want Redmond
Yeah.
purely because I haven't got Raymond van der Biezen in my final.
Oh,
You know where
Verona,
I'm going with this.
2016. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
bloody hell, we
my,
have gone
my
down to
race
this,
is called by
haven't we?
Redman. Yeah, my
Okay,
race is
yeah,
called by
yeah.
Redman, and it's just the
Yeah, as the gate drops.
who's got the shot, and it's just it's the emotion that it gives it to the
Other good commentators are available. Shout out to Sam Doppen and co.
Sam Doppen, friend of the pod.
He is friend of
Pod.
pods.
Good venues then, and different venues,
Right,
but
yeah.
good venues. Can appreciate them both.
Go on then. You hit me with your so here's what I did. I listed a load of riders,
Mhm.
and I had 17 riders. So I was in my head. I was doing semi-finals and
You were
everything.
quarters. Yeah, you were going quarters.
Yeah, and I've noticed mine's quite heavy with Europeans rather than South Americans and co. Go on, you hit
Yeah.
me with your Valkenswaard 8.
Right. Well, I've got a paragraph for each. So where are we going to kick off here?
That's
And
why
it also is
expected.
like, who's gate 1? Who's gate 8?
Yeah, I've gone with gate pick as well.
Of course I have. Yeah, of course I have. I'm gonna go 8-1, and it ends with the goat. So I'll go 8-1. 8. It's Neek.
I've got neat.
Olympic gold, most World Cup wins. Really nice guy. Has a weird way of riding a bike that isn't really stylish, but can pump through a jump faster than anyone I've seen. I think just physiologically, he's just a taller guy and can push through. And just like his story, I just think he seems like a nice kid. Just even the fact going through the heart injury thing and,
Yeah, he's
getting back into
for
it.
that, yeah.
It's kind of nice. So that's my gate 8. Do you want me to carry on, or do you want me to run through?
No, I think yeah. Let's do yours in totality.
Okay, so then we can see then, because me and Sean haven't conferred on this.
No, it's the
gate 7,
first
Cal
time.
Bennett
He's in
to
mine as well.
KD88. And I haven't. So my gate of 8 isn't the most successful riders ever. I think it's probably the ones that just I inspired by, or if I want to see again.
I went
in a
with
way.
You wanna
a
see
kind
them
of
racing
mixture
each
with
other.
this. I
Yeah.
went with kind of people who I'd want to see racing each other for it to be a crazy race, and
Yeah.
people I think would cause fucking carnage. So
Yeah, I'll go with that. So
that's where I've gone.
yeah, I've gone Kyle. I'll put in my notes that the very first BMX racing I saw on TV was Perth, 2003, I think.
I've written exactly the same thing.
Oh yeah. So
I've
it
got
was
Perth tweets.
the wheelie down the start hill, the fact that he was just like styling, turn it in the pro section.
Yeah,
He won it easy.
that's straight as well. That
Um,
as well.
Yeah, all of it's great. So he's just cool as well. Always putting it up for the big man upstairs. Gotta thank the good Lord
How
Jesus
would they
Christ.
approach the gate? Have you thought about how they rock up on the gate? So the camera's coming up, and then 8 rocks up. Are they smashing it?
I
Are
got
they
it.
just in the goggles?
I got it. Nick's off the gate. Nick's off the gate. KB's just sat in the gate because he's just the coolest geezer ever. I've got Sam Willoughby.
I have as well.
And
We're
six.
gonna have the same 8 here, aren't we?
And Sam gets up to the gate and does this, because that's what he used to do.
Shaking it off. Yeah.
Yeah. And so Sam's just like, if I was a young athlete now and I was trying to model myself after someone, I would say Sam Willoughby.
His career
Like-
was cut short too early, man.
Oh God, it's what it's what could have been, really,
Yeah.
in terms of what he could have done, because I think he was 25 or 26. Just a really intense guy. Anyone that's had like raced him, just apparently you couldn't talk to him on race days because he was just locked in. Just the most driven, going and winning World Cups at 17, still a junior.
Mad. It's not going to
Winning
happen again, is it?
Juniors back to back, then going into elite, going to America on his own, going and messaging Elise and saying, "Can I come stay at your house?" when he's like 16 years. Like all of his story. Like I've not seen that movie that they've done actually, but like all of his story kind of inspires me. And I think how he just continues to crack on now. He seems like he's in great shape.
Who won the ice cream sale in Birmingham 2012 Worlds and then saw him on the night out
Was
afterwards?
it Lawrence or Warren? Lawrence Mapp or Warren Bancroft? It was one of them. We was in the after party, and then also
fistful of dollars.
Because I've got a picture of everything. I think I'm sure it's Lawrence. He's got like
Lawrence,
300 quid, and he's with Sam. Like,
it's Lawrence. And Sean, 2015 Worlds after party. Sam had just got blasted over the turn by Graf. Yeah. Sam was out and he was angry and he was just on a rampage. He was tearing people's shirts off. He came up to us and just teared shirts off, and then he was starting fights. As a character, I like his approach. I liked him racing. I loved his doggedness. Just a big dog. Anyway, I'm probably spending too much time on riders. Right. Got some rogue ones now. I am actually jumping around my gate a little bit because I needed to talk about Sam there. Right, gate 5, Derek Betcher.
Oh, he's not in mine.
I've got some really strange terminology here. I've got some really strange reasons. I think he was pretty rogue when he won his first World Cup downhill, and he had that emo haircut, and he was just an 18-year-old kid, and he beat the absolute goats and old boys of it. There was John Pearce, Stumfhauser, Pro Cop, Mike Day in there. And
that was the Woodward lot, wasn't it?
The Woodward West one, yeah. And I think just like him coming through on Haro brought a new vibe that I hadn't seen in BMX before. Like the adverts that they used to do, the photos that they used to put out there, and then the bikes that I think he was involved in development with, like the Haro Blackout, the Citizen brand, then going to Speedco and starting Avian. And
Bet you did so much for branding and the bikes.
This is really it. So as a rider, and then as a bit of a visionary, as a bit of a TM, everything he sort of touched in BMX. I've really liked. I really enjoyed the way that Speedco. I'm not sure if it was completely his direction, but it seemed to have been his involvement. He's a road cyclist now. He's into cool stuff. He's working for 5Dev, who do like titanium drilled cranks, and they've got lots of strange development there where there's like multi-length cranks where you can move your pedal. I just kind of cool. And the Woodward thing was something that I replayed when I was younger. We very first had Extreme on Sky Sports or whatever it was.
That.
Channel 419. So yeah, Derek Betcher's a weird one. Right, Caden Young.
So he got 5th in my semi. He crashed in my semi.
You got semis. So, yeah, similar vibes, really. He's a bit of a personality hire, although he achieved a lot. Obviously, ABA champ, so horse in the ABA series. Chasing Carl Bennett down for that second in 2007 Canada World Champs final.
I love the interview after. He's a strong competitor.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, he's great. The comeback, coming back 2012, making the Olympics. Going on the gate at Norway, Randaberg, where he's cheesing with his teeth, and then he just crashes and burns. Just a cool guy. I like the vibe that he's got. Apparently, he's still serving his ban.
He is. He's counting it down, isn't he? He's counting it down.
I love how I love it. I think he loves BMX. Bit of a rogue. But I really, KY.
He's a great follow on Instagram. If no one follows him, guys, especially when there's a World Cup on, you need to be following his story.
Oh, MVK BMX. Yeah. We've mentioned KY and Bruce now. Right, I've got 3 more riders. I'm jumping around on my gate, making sure that I mention everyone.
Maris is in.
I am being quite modern here. I realise there's a bit of recency bias, but I just see all these riders smoking anyone else in the generation. Really, I could have put a few others, but I'll keep
Is
going.
there anyone in the older generation that of any era, mid to old, that if you put them in a modern context on a modern bike with modern training regime, and imagine they'd grown up in the modern era, because part of what allows you to find your limits is actually expanding your horizon and understanding what's possible with those around you, and that's why there was always the first person that ever did this and the first person that backflipped, and then a million people do it afterwards because someone's gone, this is actually possible, now I'll train myself to do it. So is there anyone in the older era that could stack up against a modern supercross rider?
I've got two in mind. I've got two from the older era, but not like old school. Just I don't know enough about it, because obviously I started racing in 91, and I was 3 years old. So let's be honest, I'm not really taking much in at 3 years old at 91. But I didn't put any of the older ones in because I was in Chula Vista. I'm on a supercross hill. I can't see Geff Shooter and crew going down the start hill. I mean, Geff Shooter is so powerful because he did the hype ride with us, and he can still pull away on that 200-mile bike ride. So I'd imagine they'd have some power with them lot. But I don't want to give away my riders, but I didn't go too far back.
Allier, Levesque.
Allier's in my list.
Yeah, Allier's in my honourable mentions. I've got a semi that I can read out. Right, I will finish off now because I realise we've been.
Yeah, just before you finish off, then.
Now.
I reckon, and I didn't do this, but I'm enjoying listening to yours. I reckon Clayton. I reckon he could exist on a supercross track. His skills in 91 blew me away because I'd only seen BMX in pictures. I hadn't seen an awful lot of video, and I towed up at some weird kind of mountain bike event in concert up in the northeast, and saw him pulling mad Superman jumps over. It might have been over a car or something crazy. It was a real ghetto event that we were at, and his skills were unbelievable. 100% he could exist in a supercross context.
Yeah, he was never the most powerful, was he? But he was smooth as hell.
And amazing.
Do you know what? Something has to be said that if you're riding around flat turns and getting over jumps that are shaped like logs, that you have to possess a great deal of skill. I get this, in terms of like let's talk about like an early 90s, late 80s kind of rider where flat turn, really bizarrely shaped jumps. They, in a way, yeah, you have to be able to generate speed over those obstacles. You could argue now that you don't need to pedal around these tracks. Whereas the riders in the 80s and 90s obviously had to have masses of power, but also keep their speed through things and pick up manual through odd-shaped jumps that were obviously horrible surfaces and such. So you could argue that, and you were riding a 19-inch top tube bike. So you could argue, okay, put them on a carbon 22-inch at their peak at 25 years old, and what would they look like? And we'll never know. But I'm later than even Sean. I didn't ride till 99, so my influence really is like about as early as I saw ride in my day and age was like Robert De Wilde, Stumpy, John Pearce, Allier, Levesque, so Dale, obviously.
Yeah,
Stafford.
I mean, as a kid, I was in awe of like Dale Holmes and Dylan Clayton. Like they were the two battling at it, and then you joined in your Marcus Bloomfield and your Kelvin Beatty and Jamie Staff was in. I mean, that as a 5. Because there was a point where all 5 of them were racing. They were all finishing careers and starting careers, but they were racing each other. And that was, as a kid, to watch that, I was loving life.
We had an era, didn't we?
We did.
Lawrence.
Yeah. Lawrence was in there. Wazza was in there. Like, I remember being at every national. Probably shouldn't say this, but I will. At every national, I was on the edge of the track, and I would watch that final, and then you'd be like buzzing. You'd go and run over the track at the end to try and go and see them. On the way, you'd try and nick a banner and roll it up and have that back in the caravan. So I've got loads of banners, like old Vans banners and things, and GT bicycle banners that you just nabbed on the way through. And that was BMX. That was the pinnacle for me. Anyway, finish. Right, stop going off topic.
Finish the riders, and then we'll do the lap.
Right. So I've got Neek, I've got Carl Bennett, I've got Derek Betcher, Sam Willoughby, KY, Maris, I was saying. And Maris was, again, mindset, just monster, known just to lock in I liked how he was never the fastest throughout the day and would just turn it on the lap that it needed to have. 2012 Pappadal, I think that's one of the best laps that anyone's ever put together on a bike. And I think he did it through a couple of generations.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference with Maris. He spanned he's a year older than me. So he spanned my sort of generation and the newer generation and the older generation. I think it was really like 3, really. Anyway, Maris. I'll put Ross in there because I am hyped at Ross's career trajectory. So I actually I put Maris, and then I was thinking about Papendal, and then I got myself way too excited, and I thought I'm putting Ross in there for that Papendal lap this year, purely for that. And I thought he's been knocking on the door. He's now broken the door down. He pulled that Papendal lap. He pulled Pillard, Andre, Marquardt, and Wood. And that was all that I needed to see to think this kid's got everything. Well, I knew it anyway, but we've wanted him to put them pieces together for so long, and then he stacks it in Latvia, and we won't say any more.
What could have been?
Yeah, we're happy to see him come back. How many riders have we got left?
You're the one bloody got the sheet.
I've got Joris.
I've lost count.
Got Joris in gate 1.
Of course.
Yeah, it doesn't need any explaining. But Joris is in gate 1. He snaps. He pedals through the double, triple, whatever it is at the first jump, and he hits the first turn and he lows everyone. He doesn't need to use the turn because he doesn't use fucking gravity.
Just 90 degrees it on the flat.
So Joris is winning that race. Is that what you're saying there?
Joris is winning that race. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, his pedals don't hit the floor for some reason because he's
in that 90
not from this earth. He hits that 90 for some reason. He doesn't hit long it on his pedal on the turn. I've got no idea. And in this race as well, he's riding his 2011 GT Power Speed Series. He's got baggy trolley pants on as well because that was like his best period. He's wearing the GT, the blue and white GT. He's wearing a Red Bull helmet. What else have we got about that lap? Redmond's cheering it. It's commentating it. They're playing the Swatch theme tune in the background with the French are there. They've got the air horns. So I've got the full event. We're trading months for beers. There's a beer tent afterwards.
Yeah.
There's Europop on it all night. Everyone's wearing clogs. It's a great event. And my honourable mentions are Connor, Liam Phillips, Sylvain Andre, Nick Long, Kai White, Mark Willers, and Mikey Day.
So I'll start with my honourable, the ones that there's no such flipping 8B finals. Cut B finals off. We'll do that on another one. No more B finals. Anyway, my honourable mentions, or people that didn't make the main, was Donnie Robinson, Stumpy. You didn't mention Stumpy, did you?
They're the same person. Is that your nickname for him?
Yeah, you got a nickname Stumpy.
Stumpy, cruiser, best cruiser rider of all time, of course.
Yeah, so Randy didn't make it.
So could Stumpy ride a cruiser in this race as well?
He can do, and he's going to have to race the 2005 Bear Sea Cruiser.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't him.
What was he on?
Was that Stumpy? Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, it was Bubba Harris. Was that Bubba Harris?
2005.
Harris, actually.
Didn't Dale win cruiser?
No.
Dale have a big crash?
It was an American because they did a backflip after.
Yeah, it was Bubba. Bubba won the main, but on 20. And Bubba did the backflip.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know who run the... I don't know. Anyway, he didn't make it. Sylvain didn't make it. Connor didn't make it. Twan Van Gent, I put him in the mix because I wanted a nosedive halfway through in his semi. He did a Zolder nosedive. And then I put Ramirez in because I was thinking, you know what, I ain't got any South Americans. Mikey Day was in there, Van der Biesen and KY. They were all they didn't get through. My finalists then, let me go for this.
Yeah.
So I obviously got Nick Kim and Joris today, Sam Willoughby, Mary Strongberg, Carl Bennett, the 5 that you mentioned. They were in the main.
Yeah.
I got Afro Bob in the mix. Rob DeWilder, he made the main.
Yeah, class.
because he's just fucking smashed someone in 4th place in the semi. Last corner, he was in 6th, and he came low and just sent him to the moon because he's a unit, and he's a bit scary, isn't he? So
I'd like to see Afro Bob on a stats with his hair coming out the back of the helmet. Yeah, Troy Lee.
Long seat.
Yeah,
on a
long seat. That's class.
Over that first jump at Chula Vista.
Yeah, 77 on the bike. Love it.
And then I've got Thomas Allier in there.
Class.
He made my main.
Yeah.
Now, the reason for that is he's the first European rider that when I was going abroad all the time, because I was quite lucky. We went abroad a lot. But I just remember from Klatovy, Czech Republic, 04, him just picking up manual. The first jump was shit. It was a horrible step up, and there's a story behind this. They changed the jump on the day of the race because it was crap. Everyone was like dying on it, and they even that whole event needs to be talked about actually, because they even got carpets on the start hill that you'd snap off, and the carpet would move because the grip was that shit. They thought that was better. That was the better solution. But then after the step up, there's this like long speed jump table thing that everyone was just jumping. But apart from Thomas Allier, he was picking up manual and through it, and he was pulling like 3 bike lengths. And yeah, so he made my main just purely on that. And then I put LP in there because I'm thinking the LP dominance of yesteryear when it was like the Manchester indoors. You need a GB in there. You went with Ross, I went with Liam.
Yeah, it's fair play. Actually, I did mention Kai in my honourable mentions. I probably should have put Allier in my main. Because you're right.
No, you went with your main. I've gone with my main. All right.
He's like aura in gate 9.
There was
Allier.
So there was some beef before my before my main. To be fair, just putting this out there, because Maris won his semi and so did Neek. Right, and they had a massive argument about who was going to get gate 8 because they both wanted to pull from gate 8 in Chula, but Maris told him to do one.
In my main, Brian Barton was holding the peg bag, so there was no time seeding, and Brian shook the peg bag at the top of the hill, and Joris pulled the one. And he put the one on the front of his plate.
Going
and
up on magnet on peg bags.
And my gate was a magnet gate as well, just said.
So peg bags used to be brilliant because you could pull out a gate and go, oh shit, I don't want that, and just swap it with people, and you'd do that all the time. I used to always like that.
I wasn't fast enough to be on the good side of the swap. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like you were the rider that would get the better gate for me, Sean, because I'd be like, yeah, okay, you can have one. I've got no use for one, Sean. You go. I'll follow you because I'll be in 7th, so don't worry about it.
I remember swapping with someone. I want to say it was someone like Ben Wheeler or something in, it was Mansfield. We swapped, and obviously we must have been like 13, 14 or whatever it was. And then that same national, the elites got done for swapping pegs. I think Kelvin was swapping with someone. It might have been with his brother, actually, Liam. So they got done for swapping. I thought, you fighter. Obviously not bothered about this at our age.
The funny thing is, how can you regulate peg, like peg picking for a you think 2025, how could it, I mean, you think do you remember, I think it might have been a crew regional actually, where everyone swapped kits and plates. So basically, like, I remember Gamble specifically being in someone else's complete kit from head to shoe, and then they swapped bikes and swapped plates, and I'm pretty sure it was Simon Barber that was so and so in front. Hang on a minute, no, he's not. They're a foot taller than they should be.
I've often thought about this. You know, when someone is entered for a Worlds and then they get injured and they're committed, I've often gone, I'll go race under you if you want. Like, I've not qualified or I wasn't bothering. Just let me kit and I'll go race it. They wouldn't know, surely, or would they?
Not if you were discreet. If you rocked up at practice with tinted goggles and you didn't talk to anyone and you didn't make a fuss and you weren't there going, oh, look at me, I've slunk in. Because ultimately your team manager's they're gonna get the ump with you.
Depends if you were known. If you tried it, Sean, Jules would be on you, wouldn't he?
Jules would get away with it.
Jules would be. I'm just talking because he's like one of them chaperones, and he'd be like, "What's going on here?"
Jules always calls me out on things.
If you were trying to if you turned up with a Colombian plate with a Colombian shirt on because you
man, what's happening, y'all?
I bought an entry from the dark web.
Yeah.
I think someone had sussed you out.
Independent athlete. Towels up as an independent athlete.
Yeah, there you go. I'll get my no logo light blue top on. Here we go.
To be fair, it's a bit similar to the fact that, and we can say it now probably, our Copenhagen, the way that we gained entry in Copenhagen.
Yeah, but let's not throw names at it. Yeah, we did. Yeah,
we just went ballsy with it and entered through the Elite Riders entry. And a few people did look at me and think, Christ, he's had a hard paper round. Or thinking,
he's had a bad crash on the weekend.
Thinking,
Team mechanic. Have we gone through your riders yet? Are we missing any?
Right, so I've done my 8. So this is what happens then. So yeah, obviously Maris and Nick, they win the semi. They have a bit of an argument who's going to pick out gate 8. But end of the day, Maris goes gate 8. So Nick ends up taking 6 because he didn't want to go next to him, which is LP's usual gate. So LP's now pissed off. Right, but anyway, Am goes 1 because he had 3rd pick. He's gone 1. He's gonna go all the, which now leaves a bit of mixture in there because Joris and KY KB are next to each other in 2 and 3. Anyway, gate goes down. Maris whole shots and comes all the way across to 6. He's shut Nick down. Game over for Nick, and Afro Bob was in 7, so that's that done.
Risky so they're now battling as well.
Well, they're now battling.
He's coming over at Chula. He's killing people if he's coming over hard.
Exactly. Afro Bob's not happy now. So Afro Bob goes in and smashes Nick for 6th place in the first corner just because that's what Afro Bob does. Do you know what I mean?
What,
so
Dutch versus Dutch?
Yeah. He needs to be the top dog. He's not having it. He's not being beat by another Dutch guy. So Afro Bob's killed him.
My bottle got stretched a little bit.
My bottle got stretched, yeah. We need to dig that back out. KB, I've got KB and Joris settle into 3rd and 4th. And everyone in the crowd now is just watching them two float through this second straight. We're not worried. No, we're not worried about who's leading it or what's happening there. We're just watching pure artists doing their thing down. They're just floating through. They're quite happy with them fighting out for a podium. And I've put in my comments here, reference Australia World's Perth 03 tweaks, but you've already done it. But anyway, it carries on, and Maris takes the win because he's, in my eyes, I don't think you can beat Maris when he was at his peak. You're not beating him. I don't care what you say, goats or not.
So Joris isn't in.
Joris.
So
Joris
Maris is your goat.
Maris. Now, hang on. That's careful how you say that. Maris wins this race.
Okay.
But Joris is my goat.
But you're saying the goat cannot beat Maris on his day. That's what you're saying.
One lap. This is how one lap's going to go.
One lap. If you're saying everyone at their pinnacle, 1 lap, Maris wins.
Because the goat's cumulative.
The goat, he's done the lot. And I get, you can argue that Maris has. I'm contradicting myself, now. Joris is the GOAT, no question for me. But Maris is the fastest rider, which sounds ridiculous, doesn't it?
And also, I've got a question for you.
Go
on. What era Maris are we looking at? What bike's he on? What team's he on?
You'd have to go with a Rockstar helmet. Stay strong. Not stay strong.
Free agent.
Stay strong at that point. Free agent, yeah.
Free agent. Two triangles, old-fashioned frame.
Yeah.
That just sounds...
Shout out to the One era, 08 Olympics. Remember the One? One used to, rule Europe. Everyone had
that. Oh, I used to love that kit. Artist Mattison's kit. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It just looked, and no offense to Kelvin, because he had the same kit. It just looked better with a Latvian flag on it.
Yeah. That's a shout. Them two were dominant.
So,
okay.
Pretty solid finals.
Yeah.
Did you do a women's final?
Expectation.
I did. Taylor, I hope you like that one.
Yeah.
Did you do women's?
I did a women's one. I'll be honest, and no disrespect to the women, it wasn't as in depth.
No, I did.
Well, there can't be the depth There can't be the depth because you've only got 34 riders, versus 68 or whatever it is on a week in week out basis. So there's less to choose from.
Mine's very modern as well. Go on, what was your riders,
Sean.
Booter? Just go down the 8. Don't go like all in.
Right. I'll go Mariana. She wins.
Tick. Got one.
She's on a speed with the white forks and the white handlebars that I tried to emulate in 2011.
Is she wearing a Liat brace or no?
She's wearing a Liat brace. You know she is. She's going to
Liat and
ponytails.
Liat and ponytails.
You know exactly what she's wearing, Dex. So Mariana, Beth, Sinead, Caroline, Buchanan,
Yeah.
Laura
I've got her as
Smulders,
well.
Cesar
5.
Kakabara,
6.
Elise Willoughby,
7.
and my rogue one. I mean, I thought I was going back in time, and I was going, oh, who was back in the day? Was it like Willie Canis used to win a lot, or there was Natasha Williams, or a few names, and I came up with Zoe Claessens because she might not have been winning them yet, but in terms of podiums and finals made per year's racing, I think she's got potential to be one of the best.
So I got the same 7 as you,
Okay.
and then I got to this point. So I did the exact same 7, and then I was like, do I put Zoe in? And then I went with, well, no, because she hasn't done it yet, although I do like the story. Obviously, we're big fans of her now. Now we've obviously sat with Liam and had this conversation. I ended up putting ACC in.
Yeah. Longevity.
Yeah.
She's always there or about.
But then I went Freya in 4 years' time.
That is rogue. ACC. See, ACC is one of them where I put like Caroline in because she moved over disciplines.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you think, an actual impact, like Caroline Buchanan won world championship in BMX and a time trial, I think, maybe 2 time trials. But then all the Crankworks wins and her story of adversity and rebranding herself. So,
but then, really, your oldest rider is Shinny then?
Yeah, because this is like I said. I went back and I was thinking, well, am I going into the, am I going back into my oldest rider in my men's lineup is Carl Bennon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I didn't go. I haven't gone that old really, because there wasn't that many dominant women. When I started watching BMX, it was Kim Hayashi, Alice Chung, Willie Canis, Elodie Ajinka, Letitia Licogel, Eva Eilud, that kind of era.
Eilud.
Eilud. Yeah, Eva Andre. And there was, to be honest, that's it. It is quite recent.
I mean, that is a great discussion. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the GOAT versus the race should blow up discussions elsewhere. So let's bring the argument to me, guys. Bring the argument to me and let's see what happens.
I think that was one of my most enjoyable parts that we've ever done. That Ultimate 8.
Yeah, well done,
I think what it shows me, thank you, Taylor, by the way. I think what it shows me is that we can choose a really obscure subject and talk bollocks on it for at least half an hour. We could probably discuss the virtues of each gate system for at least 3 podcasts.
Yeah,
because I could tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I could talk to you about different eras of BMX, and I could tell you what every bike rider is wearing on that gate there, because that specific period of that was iconic when they rode for this team, or this was iconic when they rode for this team. Or what about Michael Prokop when he was on an Author BMX, or he was on a Specialized? I always put Ivan Lecouche.
Ivan Lecouche was almost on mine.
Honestly, I even put Ivan Lepraz in my top 8 because you could argue that he didn't have a glittering elite career, but when I was growing up, he was a year younger and he battled with Liam, and he was there for every amateur world champion title or thereabouts. And then the 2007 Junior World Final is one of the best laps that anyone's put together.
Yeah. Oh God, Canada, wasn't it? Is that Canada?
Yeah. So yeah.
Brilliant. Right. Well, we've burnt some time on this one, which is really good. Let's talk about the Ross giveaway. and then we'll.
Do you know what? I even forgot about that. Right, Ross giveaway.
I hope you haven't.
RC22. So, I'm trying to remember what I can and can't say. Bleep it out if I forget what he said on his voice.
Don't make it so I have to bleep it out, because that is such a lot of effort for me.
It's going to be a lot of work. Right then, guys. So here's your prize. There's a top 3. Okay. So all you've got to do, basic, simple one first, is you've got to be liking and following both Late to the Gate podcast and Ross Cullen 22. That's your first task. So make sure they're being both followed, because otherwise you can't win first, second, and third prize. And the question, dogs are kicking. Can you hear?
We can't do it for you. We're going to have to wait till the dog's finished. We've lost Booter's camera as well.
Oh, no. When the suspense is growing. My wife's come back. Kaylee's coming back. Just get rid of them. I'm trying to do the bit on the pod.
We may as well talk
Just
through
hype
it,
this
Sean.
up.
Yeah,
We may as well
Everybody
talk
for
through this.
Right. So, first, second,
Right.
third prize. I'm not going to tell you what the prizes are yet, but all I will say about these prizes is you can't buy these anywhere. Okay? They are Olympic related, but you cannot buy these anywhere. So, like and follow Late to the Gate and Ross Cullen, RC22. And then the question you need to answer is, how many World Championship finals has Ross made? And we're talking all the way through amateur, all the way through his career. Answers on a postcard. So put your answer in the comments and make sure you like and follow both.
Yeah, answer
And
not
you-
actually
and you'll
on
win
the
some-
postcard.
Yeah, don't put it on a postcode because I'm not giving out my address. But if you get the answer right and you're doing those 2 things, you are in a chance of winning something from the Olympics. There you go.
Brilliant.
That's all I'll say. You got to bleep out them dogs now.
No, maybe the AI will do it. We'll see. I'd rather not. It's too much effort. We'll leave it.
Let's not pretend that we're professional. We are open to studio sponsorship, but
I mean, we're not professional, are we? Because obviously that's the most vague giveaway we've ever done.
But
Yeah,
thank you
yeah.
to Ross. Ross has actually been brilliant.
You might win a
so, yeah.
prize. Yeah, cheers, Ross.
Yeah.
All
Ross
right.
said,
Any
keep
final
it vague.
bits?
And I said, that's our podcast down to a T, don't we? So we're all good.
Apart from that last
Any
section,
final bits? I'll tell you what. I want more people to come up with Taylor Andrew kind of tasks.
Yeah,
They're good.
that was a good one.
The more obscure, the better, I think.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we've got a bit of skin in the game. And I think there's a lot of podcasts out there doing normal, what are they, current affairs, effectively.
Yeah.
So if there's something quite niche that we could go into, I mean, as you
We
can
do,
see, the top 8
we
thing,
do
I
have a
think we could do
winter
8 hours
program.
on it.
Yeah, and we could.
Yeah, anything.
We've got a winter program, and hopefully we'll be a bit more regular. Maybe every 3 weeks, not every 4 weeks.
Yeah, we'll try and do it every 3 weeks. Yeah, I love it when we do it. I just kind of hate scheduling it.
So busy, aren't we?
Life.
Yeah. That
All right,
9
let's
hour
wrap it up.
difference.
No, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah, to be fair, thank you, Dex, for coming on early
Yeah.
mornings. But
Good up.
Summer
again.
now. It's light outside. It's light.
Not here.
Right, that's it. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon.
Right. Peace out.
Bye.
see you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, late to the gate and racing out of lane 8. Your men, Dex, Boota and Issitt.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bikes in the van, phone in hand, BMX track in the foreign land. Dex missed his flight, it's late. I don't know why we're late to the gate. Beers and bikes, we ride all night. Euro trips and rider hype. From nationals to car park chats, we chase that dream in new era caps. Sugar daddies in the VIP. BMX moms still faster than me. Dex and Boota Issitt too. Talking trash, we ride it true. Baggy jeans and studded belts. The body is chaos, nothing else. Clips or flats, deadlifts or squats. Still arguing like it means a lot. Crank it up to 99. UK tracks with your lines. We're always slow, we talk a lot. But for real, this is all we've got. Late to the day, y'all.